Hey guys, what's up? iPenguinPat here, and welcome to another video. It feels like it has been forever since I recorded my last video, and I will point out that my city has not changed almost at all because we got totally gypped on the checkmate square. It is completely unethical and crazy that they switched out the gondola dock for the checkmate square and didn't bother to warn or tell any of us, and I don't even know how many people that don't even watch my channel who said that they had saved up all of their scrolls and all of their tools to go all in for that checkmate square, and they got stuck on the last day with Reno kits. Now, as far as last day prizes go, Reno kit is way better than something dumb like a victory tower level 1 or something like that. But generally speaking, total disappointment, totally bummed out. I got my airship in place of this pirate ship, and that's it. So it is what it is. Today, though, we are going to talk about the upcoming soccer event. And I'm actually recording this a little bit early because it's still in beta, so I can do a quick demo in the beta to show you how this works. And because it's a little bit confusing, they took some of the elements of the soccer and football that they've always used, and then they totally mixed it up with a version of paper, rock, scissors that is just convoluted. So let's just kind of go over a few things. First of all, here's the list of the prizes from beta, and after that whole checkmate square debacle, I don't want to put too much weight on what they're saying that we're going to get, but I will point out the Altar Garden selection kit is pretty good. It's not the best, but it's okay. Obviously, the Sentinel Outposts are awesome if you're a fighter. I really like the Winner's Plaza selection kit. They've updated the Winner's Plaza. I'll touch on that in a couple minutes. And then they've got these tracks that connect to the grand prize, which I'll also talk about. The other thing is these player cards. And the player cards are sort of an interesting beast altogether as well. That's kind of where that paper, rock, scissors thing comes in. So anyhow, feel free to check out the beta list of prizes, but as we have recently learned, we can't fully go off of this. Oh yes, Colossus selection kit too. Can't totally go off of this, but it looks like there could be a few pretty decent prizes in store. Okay, let's talk about the new buildings in this event. And I'm actually re-recording this piece. I never do editing and re-recording, and yet this time I'm doing it because totally needed to update what I said because I had not noticed one extremely important thing. And that is, if you have both hippodromes in your city and you put these tracks in between the hippodromes, the value of these tracks actually doubles. So instead of only getting 3% to your defense boost for your attacking army or only 1 forge point bonus, you're actually getting 6% defense bonus and 2 forge points, because these bonuses will actually add to each hippodrome individually. Now, as far as the hippodromes themselves go, they're both really good on forge points per square. It looks like you're getting 2 squares per 1 forge point, which is super good. And obviously this defense for an attacking army is very good. The attack for a defending army is kind of bogus, but the forge points here are still really great. For a player who is still developing and you're still working on your forge point productions, you're definitely going to want to have both of these maxed out and work on getting these forge point tracks. Also, if you are a Blue Galaxy owner and you're a big fan of Blue Galaxy, this event is going to be really solid for you because you can get some really big Blue Galaxy collections out of these pieces. Now, as far as your other prizes are, we have the Hall of Fame level 2, which is it's still going to be totally outclassed by your Statue of Honors. So I don't really see this one getting a lot of attention or love. It's probably more efficient than the Statue of Honors. I haven't even checked, and I'm not going to. But overall, that's cool to see. The Winner's Plaza level 2 is actually a really nice upgrade. Unfortunately, I sold all my Winner's Plazas, so I can't upgrade mine. But I know that a lot of people kind of were back and forth between their Winner's Plazas and the carousels. And now with this extra high bonus for the level 2 on the Winner's Plaza, that gives it one of, if not the best attack per square of any building in the game. So especially while you're working on building up that attack, these Winner's Plazas are really good. I'm not going to really necessarily direct anyone specifically about what you should be going for in this event, But I will say that you definitely have a lot of good options, whether you're trying to crank up your forge point production or whether you're trying to rapidly build up your defense for your attacking army or your attack. This event really has something for everyone. All right. So enough of all of this. So let's talk about the mechanics. We're going to move on to the mechanics, and I'm going to jump over to my beta city. And this city is literally just to kind of figure out the mechanics of the events. So you have two parts. The first part is using your energy drinks, and this is going to be familiar with everyone. You've seen this before. It's the same as the football. It's the same as soccer as before, with one little twist. The twist is that now you also have a percent chance to get player cards, and that's going to be important when you get to the second part of the event. So obviously FoE helper is pretty handy as far as telling you which items to go for your daily prize. Now, a few other things to keep in mind. Well, okay, so I'm going to take a step back. You still have all of your other normal mechanics as far as advancing to get goals, and then your goals get you your upgrades for your hippodrome and all of those things. So that's all normal. But now, instead of having the normal standings where you get increase your tournament ranking and all that based on how far you traveled or how many goals you scored or how many times you crossed the pond or whatever the hell it is, now what ends up happening is you end up getting cards for your team. And this team, as these players get built up, now it's kind of weird because it's supposedly giving you an increased percent chance of getting these rewards. And frankly, the percent chance of getting the rewards is so minute that I don't, I mean, it's a nice bonus if you get it, but that is definitely not where the main benefit of this comes from. The main benefit comes from when you get to the tournament. So now this is the second mechanic. This is the second piece. And that's why when we go back over here, when you have the list, you've got two different lists of daily specials. You've got the training daily special, which is the traditional one that we're used to. And then you've got the tournament daily special. All right. And for the tournament daily special, the way it works is you use one of your 3 tickets. You do play match, and then you can pick the level of difficulty, and this is basically a really advanced version of paper, rock, scissors. So this player has an average team level, or not average team level, but total team level of 26. This one is 56, and this one is 130. And for me, my team currently is at 63, so I'm going to go ahead and try this one. Now, obviously, as you go to these higher difficulties, you get a higher percent chance of getting that daily special. I don't care what my daily special is here because I just don't care. This is just for testing. Okay, so the next thing to look at is you see here, you've got the shield, your midfielder, your attacker, right? Defense, midfield, attack. And basically the way it works is, well, it's like paper, rock, scissors, but there's kind of, I guess, a multiplier based on which teammates you have. So, or excuse me, the level of your teammate. So I don't know the exact calculations. They probably explained it somewhere, but what I've deduced based on just trial and error is that if you have a higher, like, you have this higher player, they can go against a player who has a lower, or excuse me, you can beat a player with a higher score with a player with a lower level if you have the boost against them. So really, instead of going with the default team that they give you, what I found really helps increase my win percentage is I look and see what they have the most of. And here I see they have the most defenders. So I'm going to go with these attackers, which is kind of weird, and max out my attackers because that hits the most of their characters. And when I add those in, even though those are my weakest players right now, you'll see if you look at my percent for victory, look at that thing going up. Okay, now if you'll remember a second ago when I first started this had my percent at winning at 46%. That's garbage, right? And literally all I did was pick the ones that match up best, and that's all. That's all I did. Boom, 63%. Then you hit the check. So I'm saved, and now I pay 1 ticket to do the match. Hopefully I win. Let's see how it goes. I won. Hooray. All right, so now as you win, you get score. So see how I got some score in that, and as you win these games, then your team gets prestige, and then as you get more prestige and rank, that's where you win all the extra prizes. And for your players that are like big diamond spenders, they're going to be able to get these cool avatars and extra bonuses for winning in the tournament. But then you also still have your standard prize list. Let's see here. Based on your tiers. So, your bronze league or your beta league or whatever they are. Hang on. There you go. So, yeah, so you got your hobby, your amateur, your bronze, your silver, and your gold league, and then you've got extra rewards for being top 10 players as well. So, I think that getting in these leagues is a lot of this really comes down to using your daily tickets. So the next thing is so you use a ticket per match. Well, then it takes 8 hours to replenish your tickets. So every day you're going to have 3 tickets, and then when you complete quest, you will also get alternating between tickets and player cards. So the thing about this is there's a lot of advantage of rushing the quest line, get as many cards and as many tickets early as possible, and then also if you can find if early in the event there's something that you're really interested in, like a piece, it's optimal to go ahead and spend your energy drinks early, because that'll help to level up your team and make your team stronger. And as your team is stronger, you're going to be able to win more of these matches. So the thing I like about this format is that it rewards you for playing daily. It gives you a chance of getting a prize every day, which is cool, and you'll get a wider variety of prizes than you would in a typical setting where you're really just choosing one daily prize that you usually go for. So that part is cool. What I don't like is that this is really a major diamond hog. Here 10 chances at winning for what was it, 700 diamonds? Yeah, 700 diamonds. Or for buffing your team, you can pay, here you go, 1,200, 1,300 diamonds to buff up your team, and by having a stronger team, you will win more of these matches. So I see this as kind of a diamond player's dream, because they can just rake it in, right? I mean, they can get tons of the daily prizes targeted. They will win more because their players are already all buffed up, which is also going to help their team prestige or their team rank or whatever it's called to go up. So it's I think really the big thing that's important as far as getting out of the hobby league and making sure that you end up in one of the better leagues is just to make sure that you're careful with selecting your team, making sure that you pick. Now here's another case where it's interesting, because we have two, and 1. So again, instead of just going with what they have for me at 42%, I'm going to say, all right, I don't want to use my orange or my purple, because there's only one target for my purple. So that one's good. No purples. Blues are fine. And I bet green's not going to work so well. There we go. So that looks like it's probably my best setup. Oh, you know what? Let's see if taking that out. You just kind of got to tinker with this. I'll try and see if give me blue. 52. It looks like right now my best setup is going to be at about 52% either way, regardless of how I try to match this thing up. Yeah. So, and again, a lot of that comes down to this paper, rock, scissors deal going around. Now, the other thing that's really interesting is that even though my players' combined team level is 59 and his is 71, I still have a 52% chance of winning. That's purely by picking the right team and nothing else. And that's going to be the biggest key for people who aren't spending diamonds to get into the higher leagues and to get those extra rewards that they wouldn't be able to get if they didn't spend diamonds. So, okay. So that's all I have for today on this event. It's a little bit confusing at first, and it's not completely intuitive. However, at the end of the day, once you realize that really it's just a big game of paper, rock, scissors, and it's not really much else besides that, it's not that hard, and I think you'll be able to rake in some pretty good prizes. And I hope this helped. I hope that they don't screw us over and leave out the best prize in the whole event, and I will catch you in the next video.